Hello.
You want to know more about the solution?
Yes.
What are you doing? What are your background?
We are from Moscow, Russia.
Yes. What do you do?
We are sell equipment for coffee shops.
Perfect. So that would be maybe something interesting.
Yes.
What this allows in the end, basically, we enable anybody to roast coffee wherever you want and however you want without any knowledge. So in the end, what we developed is a roaster. Let me show you. In the end, we developed this roaster. It's our product, and we produce it together with Thermoplan. So Thermoplan produces the whole machine. It's the technology from Mikafi, and they do the assembling. And our strategic partner is Thermoplan. This is some kind of an environment where you might see the roaster in, and this is how you serve the coffee in an ideal world. And I let you know why we want to do it like this in the future. So basically, what we do with Mikafi is we do three things. We enable the people to roast wherever we want, like locally. You don't need any air suspension. This is all included. So you place that roaster in a lobby, in a store, in a retail store, in a specialty chain. No matter what, you will be able to roast. You don't need to have any knowledge. You just press play and it starts to roast. You can then launch your own coffee. For example, if you are a coffee shop or a retail chain or a hotel or whatever, you can start to sell roasted beans without having a big knowledge about roasting. So this machine and our technology allows you to do this. We are a software company. Like this is hardware, but we developed that hardware together with Thermoplan. But we are a software company. So what we do is we digitalize the whole supply chain of coffee. In the end, what clients are able to do in the future is, so let's say you are in Moscow. You want to have a coffee, yeah? You love coffee, you love good coffee. You go on our app, on the Mikafi app, you see all the stores which are working with these roasters, no matter retail, hotel, cafe, whatsoever. If you want, as a business, you are present here. You don't have to, but you can. As a consumer, you check, you see, okay, here, coffee house, Corso, Garibaldi, we like it, huh? Let's go and see, okay, what they do, a little bit of information about the opening hours. Then you see, okay, what can I buy there? What kind of beans can I buy there? So there's a classic roast, there is a Brazil roast, and there is an Ethiopian roast. You go in there and say, I want to know more about the coffee. You look at the coffee, you see the style, you see for what it's roast and the taste profile, which is the magic ingredient I will show you afterwards. You see that. You see the origin, and you see all the information about the bean, where is it from, what farmer is it, what type of bean is it. So you see that everything. You go to another store which is offering Mikafi in Russia, you will be able to roast the beans as you had it in Moscow.
The same style.
Yes. So, and if you think now, hey, I like it, but for me, I'm able to buy 1 kilo. I liked it, but it's a bit too lightly roasted. You can go like this. You see how the flavor profile is changing. You apply, it gets transferred to the roaster, and the guy or the girl who's operating the roaster will get an order. It presses play, and it will be roasted according to your wish.
Okay.
It takes 15 minutes, and like let's say, all in all, 20 to 25 minutes, and the roast is done. You cater to outlets like cafes, and then you deliver to them, right?
Right.
So let's say you guys are starting to distribute our solution. What you will do is you will onboard the clients on the platform. You see all your clients you onboarded or you sold a roaster. You see all the information. You input it in the system. Also, the client can change like photos and credentials, but you see that as a supplier. You see that. What you see is, for example, here, this kind of coffee. Okay, they already roasted 160 kilograms of beans with the machine. They sold online roughly 2.5 K in revenue.
It's a real place.
No, that. It will be a real place, but this is a mock-up. So
Okay.
this place doesn't exist, but this is the system, and this is the software behind.
Okay.
So, and here you see what kind of roasts they offer, how much they already sold online directly to consumers. You see how many orders they had, you see what they roasted, when they last roasted. you see the status of the machine. So if there's a technical problem, you see it. You can immediately send service. You see the green beans they have on stock, so you know how many beans they have local. So if they need to reorder or not. And now it gets interesting. So you see the roast. So you see the roast in the store, like the consumer sees. The consumer sees the same, but you, as a supplier of the product, you can start also the F&B manager or the barista. They can start to play with this. So they get feedback from consumers. It's too sweet. It's too sweet. I don't like it. So okay, what do? You don't have any knowledge about coffee. You just hear a lot of times the coffee is too sweet. Go in here. I want to do it that way. What happens? It changes the roast. You can save it, and you deploy it over the air to the roaster, and the roast will be adapted in any outlet which is covering this. And how do we did it? We worked with we developed it in Switzerland with the university in Zurich with leading coffee experts. We cup the green beans, we roast it one time light, one time dark, and we apply metrics to the bean on that flavors we have. And in the end, what our algorithm does, it really guarantees you the if you take beans from you don't buy beans with us, but you buy from certified suppliers. They can set up their bean here, and they input the system, and you as a client, you just go like this. Or maybe you don't know about this, but you know I do espresso. You go, I want to have it for espresso, it automatically changes. I want to have it for filter coffee, it automatically changes. You save it and you deploy it to the machine. Once you deployed it, it's live on any machine. The recipe is live. So you see it here. You see the recipes. You see there are 3 recipes for all your clients, and 2 locations have those recipes. If you decide location 1 doesn't need that recipe anymore, you just delete it, and it's not available anymore in the shop. So you can't order it, you can't roast it, you can't change it anymore. What this does in the end is it optimizes your coffee experience and also your coffee offering. And maybe for clients who work with it, we did 2 or 3 pilots already. So what's happening is you will be able to easily increase price by 5% for the beverage. So the espresso on site you can increase at least 5%, even more. I would say 10 to 15 easy. If you execute it right, yeah? You say I roast local, it's my own house roast, it's a unique roast, you don't get it anywhere. You know their preferences, you know last time you had this roast, I can adapt. They buy more beverages on site and they start to buy beans, so additional revenue. For consumers, for clients, there's 2 options. This is not fixed, this is plus minus. You can buy the whole thing, you get access to the platform, and it's yours. You can rent it monthly, lease it monthly. You pay $400 and you roast pay per roast. So you might think for an outlet, they just need to sell like 4 to 5 more additional espressos, and it's paid for because it costs you like $12 a day to really pay this. For you guys, if you would be distributing this in Moscow or even in Russia, how do you participate? It's a shared revenue model. That means we get the cut of the subscription fee. You, as if you sell it or place it, you get a cut of the subscription fee monthly. You get a cut by each roast. And what you also get is consumers start to order beans online, and every client you win, you get a cut of the sold volume online. This is why you also see here the statistics of what has been sold. And in the end, you have a full ecosystem, and there is countless possibilities. So what you also can do, you will be able to start. You don't roast beans, right? Or do you roast beans?
No, we don't roast it.
But what's possible in the future, and this will be possible for us, we will have a marketplace for beans, but also for recipes. What that means is, if you are a leading coffee expert in a city, in a country, or an influential person in the coffee industry, you can start to create your own roasts, and you can sell it. So maybe, I don't know, there's a huge coffee influencer in Moscow, where she or her, he does his own roast profile, he uploads it on the marketplace, and you as a coffee say, I know this guy is super, I want to have his roast. You buy it, and the guy who did the recipe, he will get licensing fees for each roast, and also you will be able to sell the brand of his coffee in your local coffee shop. So this is a whole ecosystem, and really opening up the whole roasting game, because you don't have to have any knowledge, but you can roast wherever you like and however you like. What do you think?
Yes, great idea, great system,
Yeah.
and very interesting.
Your potential, what do you think? In Moscow? Is
Yeah,
there-
potential. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are potential of this, of course.
Is the coffee culture big in Moscow?
Yes, very big.
Yeah.
In Moscow right now, coffee culture is one of the leader from the other cities,
Yes.
as we was discovered.
And
We
they
have-
are thriving now.
driving a lot of coffee shops, a lot of roaster
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
and also the people like to drink good coffee,
Yeah.
specialty. They
Yeah,
already know the place where it was grown, the
Yeah,
name of roasters, taste.
You know,
and,
if you deliver beans, you input all the values of the beans, the information will be valuable for the consumer. Like if the
Okay.
consumer, like you serve the coffee like this, maybe consumer drinks the coffee, he